Yo, what's up? How you doing?
What are you guys doing, huh? Get out of my house right now.
2 Chainz.
Strangers, who are you? Tell me your status.
Hey, you got pizza in your eye. Oh, nice.
Hey, you can't just bust in my house. Tell me your reason.
Hey, shawty, how you doing? What's your name?
Hi, I'm Lauren. What are you doing? You already got a bang!
Guys, get out of my house this instant.
Cut him off.
What are you doing
Mom,
here?
cut it. 2 Chainz. Slide.
Swerve.
Hashtag YOLO.
Oh, I got to talk. What are you guys doing here anyways?
We're here to teach you about evolution.
Alright, so this is how evolution works. You see, I took a trip to the Galapagos Islands, and I studied all there. Well, actually, I studied after I hit the beach, hooked up with some pretty ladies. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so I studied these birds. They're called finches. They're a product of a form of reproductive isolation called geographic isolation. You see, they was moved away from their original population, and they were put on this island where they can't reproduce with their original population anymore. This is known as the founder's effect. So after they were separated, there was a sudden change in allele frequencies, and this is called genetic drift. After all this happened, there was a fight for survival, and this is where evolution comes in. It all got something to do with natural selection.
What are you talking about? Dog, you crazy. Don't listen to this guy. He was dropped on his head as a child. So anyway, I've been studying vestigial structures for a while now. Those are structures in those organisms that don't help the organisms at all. And I found out that all the organisms...
Wait, I don't understand anything you guys are talking about, and I don't understand why you guys had to have this discussion here.
Please, shut up and sit down.
Excuse me, don't talk to me like that.
Don't you dare talk like that to my wife.
Okay, anyways, like I was saying, I found out that all organisms grow and develop from one common ancestor. You know what I'm saying? That's called descent with modification.
Oh yeah, I remember that. My bio teacher talked about that. She said that scientists like you guys proved that all organisms can come from common ancestors by looking at something called homologous structures in organisms. Those things are the structures that come from the same tissue in an embryo, but they have different mature forms in different organisms, right?
See? This chick knows what she's talking about. So, after all this research, I've come to the conclusion that as the environment changes, organisms change their behavior in order to survive. They change depending on what they want or need. For example, giraffes stretch their necks to reach food. Then their offspring and later generations inherit the resulting long necks.
Whoa. I agree with the first thing you were saying, but your conclusion doesn't make any sense.
Okay then, genius. What's your theory?
Well, my theory of natural selection says that only the fittest of the organisms are able to survive and reproduce. So for example, only the fittest finches on the Galapagos Islands are able to survive. As they reproduce, they will pass on the genes that are favored for their offspring, and the offspring receive the good inherited traits. That means that things that change during the animal's lifetime don't affect the later generations. Then the offspring that receive the good inherited traits will survive because they are more fit than the others, and the others will die off. Alright, let me think of an example of natural selection. Alright, here we go, over here. Alright, so let's say my homie here was a white moth that lives in the industrial area. He would die off pretty quickly considering that he has white fur, and he wouldn't be able to blend in. On the other hand, if he had darker skin, he would be able to survive because he would be able to blend in with the environment. That's an example of industrial melanism.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Have you heard yourself talk?
Okay, that's it. Hold me back. Or not.
Yeah, that's right. Let's go. I'll take you. Swing first. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. I got you. I'll kill you.
Get
Let's go.
you. Let's go.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go. I'll take
That's
you.
it, I'm calling the police.
Let's go.
Both of you! Chill! Why don't y'all chill and take a seat?
So I agree with what Darwin is saying, but I believe that there are a few theories that I would like to talk about. So I believe that the best fit organisms evolve to survive, but I believe that they also grow slowly over time, called gradualism. I found out all this by studying geology, or the Earth's physical structure. Now, some other scientists believe in punctuated equilibrium, which means that there are stable periods of change in organisms that is interrupted by periods of rapid change. But personally, I believe in my theory. I think that all organisms just change gradually over time.
I'm sorry, Lamarck. I agree with Darwin as well. You see, I have been studying the human population for a while now, And I have found that if humans don't keep a restriction on the offspring they have, we will overpopulate the earth. At that point, there won't be enough resources for us to stay alive, and we will have to struggle to survive. When that happens, natural selection will occur, and only the most fit of humans will survive and reproduce.
You know what? Whatever. I'm so right.
So, do you guys not understand how evolution works now? No. I said, do you understand how evolution works?
Oh, natural selection.
I know. Alright.
The doctor coming!
Oh no, not again! I can't go back! No, not again! Gotta go!
Guys, what are we gonna do?
What are you? Ah!
Survival of the fittest!
That was crazy, huh, guys? So, how did you get at school, Lauren?
Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Here comes the,
Go. You're supposed to go.
That
Islands, and I studied it. Oh, but they can't reproduce with the dog. Can we?
Talking about. Move your finger.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on my glasses.
Yo!
Keep us all alive, and we will have to struggle to survive.
Oh yeah, I remember my bio teacher. I cannot do looking at something called. Oh my god. About that. She said that the scientists like you guys prove that all organisms.
All right, don't. Okay, don't go. I guess you don't have. To.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah.